Why are we giving these Wall Street nerds the keys to the city here for Carolina and the New York baseball Mets? Steve Cohen, right? We know as this will be pretty much just a football segment talking about David Tepper, who you know I've been on for quite some time, for being just a numbskull, right? He was the guy who gave Matt Rule out of nowhere 5 years guaranteed, maybe it was 6 years guaranteed, something ridiculous. How'd that work out? They thought Sam Darnold was the answer. Baker was the answer. Andy Dalton was the answer at quarterback. Okay, yeah, you got wrong all those times. Okay, now you finally get the number one pick. This is the time. This is the time that you are right? It has to be. Oh, boy. I mean, you trade up for Bryce Young. Meanwhile, the Texans get C.J. Stroud, who right now, still a long season career, but through the first couple of starts, it's almost apparent to everyone except David Tepper. And maybe he secretly knows he was wrong too, but it's apparent. C.J. Stroud is not throwing picks. And it's like, okay, everyone says, hey, you're the number one overall pick. You're a high pick, right? You're going to be on a team that struggled. Look at Justin Fields in the line. The team's going to be bad. Yes, the Carolina line has been terrible too. Is the Texans line that much better? Why does Stroud look great? Why does Stroud look like a game manager we haven't seen in his rookie season? He looks composed. He's looked like the real deal, and Bryce Young has not. And the reason I'm kind of sounding the alarm bells at the moment is, okay, yeah, Bryce Young, yeah, we get it. He's a rookie. He's dealing with Carolina, bad line. But why did Andy Dalton look so good, right? Okay, we know Andy Dalton's he's been here forever, but Andy Dalton is able to put up those crazy stats in the week that he starts, and Bryce Young just does not look that guy. He's throwing below 5 yards per attempt. He just does not look as composed as C.J. Stroud is, and arguably the Texans and the Panthers, those are both terrible teams, and look what the Texans are doing versus what the Panthers are doing, and at the quarterback position, C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. And let's not lose sight of the fact, too, we just mentioned Matt Rule. Holy crap, that was a bad, coaching hire. Frank Reich? You saw what happened with the Colts last year? Frank Reich is your new guy? And how's that exactly worked? These guys buy their way into popularity. They buy, hey, I've got money. I was a nerd all throughout high school. All right, I've turned that into some money. I've conquered Wall Street. I am invincible, right? Give me a little toy here. Carolina, I'm going to conquer this sports world here too. I hope everyone sees through that David Tepper is wearing a clown mask. This guy has no clue what to do now that he's in the boys club. Bought his way in. And I feel bad for the city of Carolina because as long as that guy's at the helm, every single decision from this point forward is going to be wrong like it already has been since he took over. It's bad. Steve Cohen can't let him off the hook, too. That's even more glaring because it's not a salary cap sport. He's saying, oh, my God, this is so easy. I'll just buy my way to the top. I'm sure it's not making a dent in his wallet, but holy crap. This dude thought he was going to go to the World Series this year, and I was the only one in the tri-state area, maybe the nation, who saw right through it and took the Mets to miss the playoffs plus 400 before the season even started. You had the collapse last year. You knew it was coming. So Steve Cohen and David Tepper, boys club, not been so great since they joined it. Stay in your lane, boys. Sports has not quite been up your alley, and I'm curious. Mets fans got to be livid. At Steve Cohen. Carolina, much smaller fan base, right? Panthers, expansion franchise. They've got a good city. They've got a good fan base, but maybe not as loud as the Mets are able to crack through. There's so many of them in the city that never sleeps that you could kind of crack through social media. You're trending every time you're terrible. Good. That's what you should have for fan bases like the Vikings and the Panthers, or these fan bases that just continuously fail in sporting models that are rigged for your team not to continuously fail. And yet they still find a way to do it.